Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're listening to the 5-Minute Bark. Today, we've got an amazing guest. I keep saying that because everybody is just continually amazing on the show. I don't know where they come from or how I get a hold of them, but today's guest is from Chill Tonic in San Diego. Our good friends Matt and Gretchen have brought us Marcie Peters, and she's America's whole life coach. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did. I am.
Awesome. Marcie, thanks for coming on the show. We just got done doing a commercial for one of the amazing events she's holding on. She's going to be doing pretty soon. So we're going to be talking about that here today. We're going to be talking about coaching because she's America's coach. So we're going to learn more about that here today too. And she's got so much to talk about, and we don't even have much time. So we're going to just hurry it up right now. So tell everybody about yourself first, Marcie.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you. I do what I do because I know what it's like to be in a body that feels like a prison. I know what it's like to have your life stripped away from you. And I know what it's like to be an up-and-comer in the corporate world and have everything fall apart. And that is because I got sick in my early 20s and doctors really couldn't help me. I went to doctor after doctor. And essentially, in the end, they just said, I'm sorry, manage it, incurable, deal with it. And it was a really hard time, and that lasted 16 years. And so when I did turn it around, I realized, this is my passion. This is what I've dedicated my life to, is not only being able to help myself, but everything that I've learned and all of my experiences in those long years to really benefit other people and help them.
So you're on a mission to share. That's great. I love people that share.
I'm on a mission to transform lives, actually.
I had a guest come on earlier a couple weeks ago, and he just came back, and I helped him do a video similar to what you just did today, and he brought some nuts for me, and I just put it on Facebook. That I'm grateful that he shared some nuts with me. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not money. It's nothing, but sharing is just so important, and being appreciative of it. And that's a lot about what this show is all about. And to give you guys a reminder, we really didn't have a big conversation before we got on this mic. We've been running around. We're both busy people. So this is totally off the cuff, and we're just going to go for it here today. So we're just kind of learning each other here on the show today. But, so long journey, 16 years to get to where you're at today. And a lot of us out there have been through that. I've been fortunate enough to be healthy my whole life and be lucky. I guess I've been just too busy to get into trouble. I don't know, but health wise but I do struggle mentally as a lot of people do. And you've talked about how you had to go and turn it around. You want to kind of talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So there was that process, that whole grieving process, where first you go through denial, and then finally you come to terms with what's going on. And what happened for me is I had to make a lot of lifestyle changes, and I got to make a lot of lifestyle changes.
You are successful in doing it.
And I did, I was able to educate myself and find ways to make things work for myself physically, mentally, and emotionally. And we have to bring all those different parts together or else it doesn't work. But yeah, it was a long journey, and I was able to figure things out.
One of the best questions I like to ask on this show, and it really ends up being an amazing question. And it's a question a lot of people have answered with amazing answers. And it's basically and I really want to narrow it down to what point in your life, like what second, what moment, what hour, 1 minute, what day, I guess, if you can go down as tight as you can on what time in your life did you decide that I'm done with this, I want to change? Yeah,
there was a specific time, and I'd been fired and let go from another job because I missed too much work from my health. I had a bankruptcy because of all the medical bills, and I was just feeling really at my lowest low. And I was laying in bed, and I could hear people outside the window kind of playing and living their lives. And I just felt like I had this little tiny small life that just wasn't where I wanted to be. And I knew that something had to change. And either, I actually thought about suicide or ending it all. And in the end, I decided I'm going to figure this out. I have to figure this out. I owe it to myself. I owe it to my future, but I can't continue this way. It's just too hard.
Right. This little dog wouldn't want you to leave anyway. So everywhere she goes, she brings her beautiful dog. I forgot his name.
His name is Gizmo.
Gizmo, that's right. He's a Gizmo. I got lots of Gizmos in this house. You can play with Gizmo. No, it's amazing, and we always look back to that point and say, God, that was so dumb, right? Almost like, how did I even get there? And because now you're moving forward, and a lot of people, and I've had several people on the show, very similar situations. Like it's like the cracking point, and now you just go back and you go, oh my God, I've come so far, and you have come so far. Now you're a life coach, and you're doing all these great things, and you're having summits and helping others and so on and so forth, and sharing and giving and sharing and giving and smiling and coming on the 5-minute bark and your dog's barking but we're having a lot of fun. And I wanted to make sure that people understood more about your health summit. So I want you to give a little bit of information about that, because I want to get that in before we run out of time.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So every year I bring together the top health experts in the industry. And these are people who have been on television a lot, usually Dr. Oz, Oprah, news, different things like that, written books and bestsellers. And I bring them all together and I interview them and collect all of their best information, their strategies, tips, and secrets, so that I can disseminate those to everyone who wants to join my community for a couple of weeks. So it's Transform Your Health World Summit and transformhealthsummit.com. And that information and those interviews are completely free for those 12 days. That's
awesome. So which one was your favorite? Can you tell that now? Which one was your favorite interview?
Oh, there were so many great interviews. I think, learning about brain health from Dr. David Perlmutter, who's a New York Times bestseller. He wrote Grain Brain and a bunch of other books. And he talked about the correlation between your gut health and your brain health, and actually depression and Alzheimer's, and how that is directly correlated with what's going on in the microbiome of your gut. And so that was fascinating. There's a lot of speakers who are talking about weight loss and the different aspects of that and how to do it and how to do it effectively. And then there's a lot of body, mind type of things too, because I wanted to bring it all together and not just have it be about physical health. So a lot of motivation and inspiration and finding out how to transform your life from the inside out.
Awesome. Speaking of microbiome, I had Lee Stein on my show. He's very close friends with Paul Stamets, which is he's the leader behind that whole movement there. And I'm going to have Paul on my show. He said,
nice.
He promised me, get him on. And that whole area, if you're even interested in what's going on right now in science and healing, that area is just there's so many breakthroughs that are going on. If you want to look that up, Paul Stamets, mushrooms, microbiome, all that. It's just absolutely amazing stuff. And I'm telling you right now, it's definitely worth tapping into her summit just for that information. It's astronomical. I mean, I can't even explain on the phone because I'm on the podcast about that information. So I know it personally because I've done interviews with it. So I know it's amazing stuff. So life coach. I hear the word all the time. It's more and more out there. Everybody's talking about having a coach. I mean, golfers and people, we're all needing coaches. I mean, what exactly is a life coach?
So there's the general term life coach, which means really integrating every part of yourself. And in my case, I do nutrition too. So it's a combination of nutritionist and psychologist merged together. So you don't have to have two separate. But ultimately, we all have things about our life and ourselves where we stop. We get to a certain point and we stop. And that has to do with our belief system. And so working with the ways that someone self-sabotages and helping them get past that so that they don't keep stopping at that same place and getting stuck at that same place. That's a big part of it. There's also an element of accountability, direction, clarity, and support and encouragement. So it's everything packaged into one. And it's very customized and individual. When I work with someone, it's really a matter of what they are currently experiencing in their life versus what they would like to have, experience and what they would like to have goal-wise. So we look at that gap and how to bridge that gap. And a lot of times people do come to me for health, and then it ends up being a body, mind, and soul transformation, because health is just one gateway. It's just one entry point to starting to make these changes. And when you recognize that you are capable of making changes and doing things that you didn't believe you could do, then you can start to have that trickle effect in every part of your life, have that be a powerful change and full transformation.
Yeah, there's several points, because once you fix one, then it bleeds over into the next one. Relationships, mind, body, all that stuff. It just bleeds over because they have to be in sync.
Yeah.
Really,
and nutrition is so powerful because that affects your energy and your sleep, which affects your energy and your cognitive function and your bodily pain and how resilient your body is and how strong it is. So it's really hard to have an amazing life if you're struggling on a physical level, and then looking at the bigger picture, which is the mindset and the self-talk and all of those other things.
do you find that to be most difficult one, is to convince people to improve their nutrition? Because a lot of people really like their pizza like me, and they really like their drinks or whatever.
Yeah, and there's resistance, and that's okay. I meet people where they're at. They don't have to do a major overhaul if that's not what they're ready for, because timing is everything. And so then we just make one small change at a time, and that adds up, and within weeks and months their life is completely different and completely better.
Completely better. Okay, so from there, you're a life coach. You're doing seminars. I mean, you told me about the last one. How many people went to your seminar, the last one?
Yeah, we had almost 20,000 people.
20,000 people.
From around the world.
All at the same time.
Who signed up to listen to those interviews for those 2 weeks. Yeah.
Everybody, I mean, if you can hear what's going on here today, you're talking to a person that's gone from down and out to now holding seminars for 20,000 people, teaching them nutrition, teaching them how to live a better life. I mean, anything and everything's possible out there. If that doesn't inspire you to get off the couch from watching the football game, to get out and take a run or take a walk with your dog or whatever, I don't know what will. I mean, it's just amazing that people are making these changes, and people like Marcie are out there stepping up and helping people out there. And it's really important to remind you people out there that having a coach is a must nowadays. It's really a must. There's so much complication going on. There's so many things going on. If you just take the example of sports, all right, years ago, there was no such thing as coaches. But now if you look at somebody like Tiger Woods, who is the best in the world, he has not only one coach, but he's got several coaches that help him to maintain who he is and what he's all about. He's constantly changing coaches, trying to look for better avenues, better ways, more things that fit with him. Same goes to being a human being out there, whether it's your professional job or anything. It's important to have that coach to get that edge, not only to get that edge, but keep your health and maintain, because we all want to live longer. We're all the new 40 is 60. I mean, people are 60 years old and they look 40. I just met this gentleman in Palm Springs this past weekend, and he was 60 years old, and he looked no older than 40 years old. It was amazing. I mean, he's 5 years from retirement, right? Yeah. And I know you talk about that. I saw one of your videos or something about, age.
My thing is age backward, because I felt old before my time when I was in my 20s and 30s, and I'm in my 40s
You look like
now.
You're still in the 20s, by the way.
Thank you. And I look better than I did back then. I feel way, way, way better. And so, yeah, it is possible. It is absolutely possible to age backward. And people are always asking me, what is your secret? And that's what I do. I work with my clients and help them manage those secrets and take on those secrets for themselves.
What are some tips you can give people to start with today, if they want to do something today, right now, after they hung up the computer or put the phone down from listening to this? What are some tips that they can give them to get ahead?
So we can start with some basic tips, and then I do have an advanced tip after that. But some basic tips are, they seem so simple, but they are so powerful, and things add up and stack up. So the first thing is drink half your body weight in water every day, and use it to eliminate those sugary drinks. So use it in replacement of, it doesn't really work if you just try to stop something, stop smoking, stop eating junk food, stop night eating, whatever it is that's holding you back. You need to replace it. So bringing in, some hint water that's a raspberry or a watermelon or a peach flavor that's delicious, and using that. But getting that water in, it helps you flush toxins out of your body. It helps with energy. It helps with cognitive function, and it helps with satiation. So when we're dehydrated, we get a signal that says that we're hungry. And so it's easy to overeat because we think I'm hungry again when really you're dehydrated. And so just check in with yourself, drink 20 ounces of water if you feel hungry and you just ate. and see if that hunger feeling goes away. So that's my first tip. And it's so simple, but it works.
Very simple. I've done it and it works.
It works.
It really, you just feel...
You feel better.
Yeah, you feel better.
And anyone can do that. Yep. You know, it's not really complicated. And then my second tip is also fairly simple. It's a harder one, and it's something I had to implement in my life. Part of the reason I was sick, at least, you know, for part of it, was I was going to bed too late. I was keeping myself up. I was getting a second wind around 11 or 11:30, which is a sign of adrenal exhaustion. And so the remedy to that is to be asleep by 10 o'clock. You know, don't wait till you get that second wind, which a lot of people think means, oh, I should stay up. You know, my body's telling me to stay up. No, your adrenals are having a problem. So get to sleep by 10 p.m. if at all possible, on as many nights as you can. And, you know, clearly maybe not every night, but that really makes a huge difference. And then my third tip has to do with, where are you choosing to focus your energy? Where are you choosing to let your mind go? Are you looking at everything that is not working and every way that you feel like you could improve? Or are you looking at what is working, what you can appreciate, and all the ways that you are amazing? And they're there if you look for them. You know, every one of you out there is absolutely amazing in your own way. So just choosing to focus on that. So mindset is super important. And then I'm going to add in an advanced bonus tip.
Oh, wow.
And that goes back to what you were saying, Dennis, which is get a coach. You know, get someone who you're accountable to. The most successful people in the world have coaches across the board. I don't think there's any exceptions. The most successful people in the world have coaches, and they usually don't just have one. They have numerous ones, but start with one. And whatever area of your life is causing you the most concern, if it's your weight and your physical well-being, get someone who is a nutritionist who is well-versed in that. If it has to do with money, if it has to do with romance or love, then get someone in that field who can help you. And it's a game changer.
It's a huge game changer. You know, this question's come up with me coming into podcasting, and like people are like, well, why is he getting into podcasting? He doesn't know anything about that, or coaching or whatever. I mean, I coach in different things, but the whole thing that people can understand, a coach doesn't necessarily have to be better than you. And if you're doing something, the coach doesn't tell you necessarily better. They just have to be a person that can make you do things, and it aligns with you, that can make the change, right? And you have those ways of doing that. It's like taking that person and you understand how to mold them or change them or guide them and so on and so forth. And I just kind of want to bring that up because some people think, oh, well, you know, you have to be best at this to do that. That's not true at all. The best people have coaches, and they're not coaches that were better than them before. They were just people that understand how to communicate with people in an own special way. It's a gift.
It's not about better or worse, and looking for a coach doesn't mean you need help and you're deficient in some ways. It just means that they can help you shed light on areas that are dark that you can't see yourself, that it helps to have an outside person for.
Well, you know, in life, when you get more successful, you have more things in your life, more people to deal with, more money, more everything. And it's taxing. And if you don't have that extra outside help kind of keeping you guided, you can't continue to excel. And those people that do hire coaches and do pay the money, they're investing in themselves in the continuation of transformation. So it's very important to understand that having these accountabilities in place and people that guiding you, you know, I mean, you see the successful people all the time, they have people around them kind of pushing them this way. No, don't go over there, you know, and it helps a lot.
It saves so much time. So with my clients, instead of 16 years of struggling and suffering and being sick, it's weeks and months. Right. You know, it's much, much faster.
Like that, you can figure it out, right?
And that's the biggest thing that I do for my clients. And I understand, you know, I've had the eating disorder. I've been overweight. I've had all of those struggles. So wherever you are at, those hopes and fears and dreams and desires and those things that you don't want to tell anyone else, they can tell me because I get it.
Right. And you've dealt with it and done it and overcome it. That's right.
Absolutely.
So I know you're tight on time, and it is 20 minutes already. If you can believe that already. We're living these busy lifestyles, but we have Marcie Peters here today, America's whole life coach. I love saying that. And hopefully sometime after this podcast, sometime we can catch up and talk more because we haven't had time to even talk. But it was so nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.
I'm going to wish you all the luck in the world with your summit. I'm sure it'll go along well, and you'll get lots of people signed up and they'll get value out of it and so on and so forth. But let's remind people once more time about your summit that's coming up so we can get people to sign up. And
So the main thing is just go to transformhealthsummit.com and enter your name and email, and you can get access to this life-changing information. And I really urge, I got email after email last year of people just saying, wow, this got me started when I was stuck. This got me over the hump. This made such a difference for myself and my family. And so I really want to be able to do that again for everyone.
Awesome. And she's doing it. Once again, October 4th is when it starts and goes all the way through the 15th.
Yep.
So Marcie Peters, everybody, on the 5-minute bark. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for participating and all the good stuff out there, people. We love you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Download my ebook for free today and learn all the important secrets to make your website shine. Learn how to rank your website in Google in a matter of days. Also learn how to use Facebook to your advantage by creating interesting posts, great, vibrant business pages. And we'll teach you how to utilize private Facebook groups to educate and update your clients at a moment's notice. So if you're ready to take your business to a new level, download this free ebook today and learn more about the web than you've ever known before. Sign up today and use this platform to create massive change in your life. In order to create massive change, you need a dream. Within the Cody Dog Interactive platform, we've created a vision board where you can allow yourself to grow and dream and put the things you really want into your life in this vision board. From there, the next step is to go and make goals. We create a great place for you to set up those goals and set up tasks to achieve those goals. From there, then we need accountability. We've created a great way for you to be accountable to yourself and all the actions you have right here in the Cody Dog Interactive platform. If you're looking to create massive change in your life, Cody Dog Interactive has created a platform and a community for you to do just that. So sign up today and hold yourself accountable for that massive change you've been looking for.